Hey guys, this is Jake, and this is my tutorial on how to perform Notto. I'll also be showing you guys how to perform a variety of different Notto. Now, I want to give a quick word on safety before I begin. Safety and technique should be your #1 priorities rather than speed. You achieve technique by practicing and practicing and practicing. There is no shortcut around that. Um, you have to be ready to spend hours upon hours practicing Notto to get your technique down. It's not like you can just master Notto in like a week or even a month. Uh, Getting really proficient with Notto will probably take at least 6 months to a year, perhaps even longer. So doing Notto is something that shouldn't be underestimated, and also you should keep safety practices in mind all the time. So get your head in the right mindset. Alright, and also using safe training tools is a must. Using a boken or even better an unsharpened iaido, those are indispensable training tools when you are trying to train Noto and things like that. Okay, do not start with the live sword, please, if you are a beginner. Otherwise, I can probably guarantee you that you're going to cut yourself, and you really don't want that, because I've seen some people who have gotten stitches on their hands. So it's not something to be underestimated. Okay, so like I said, safety and technique is more important than speed. Alright, so what is Noto exactly? Noto is the art of returning the sword to the saya. And there are many variations depending on what kind of martial arts you're studying, what style, whatever. But I'll be showing you guys a few different basic styles of Noto. Okay, so to start, Noto, a basic simple style should look something like this. Okay, that's a really basic style of how to perform Notto. Now, how to perform and how to start from by doing Notto. First, start with your offhand, and you want to wrap it around the saya. And you notice that I'm only wrapping 3 fingers around the saya, and I'm leaving my thumb and index finger free. Okay. So what I want to do is I actually want to form a little channel using my thumb and index finger. And what that's going to be doing is right here in the webbing of your palm, you're going to form like a little channel or a little pocket. Okay? This is very important. Alright? So once you have established a good grip on the saya, what you want to do is you take the spine of the blade, and then you want to rest the spine of the blade in that pocket in the webbing of your palm, okay, that you created. Alright? Now, because you're working with gravity, you just have to have a loose grip on the sword, because gravity is holding your sword onto the webbing of your palm. Right? So next, what I do from here is, while I'm dragging the sword along the webbing of my palm, what you want to also do is you want to take your hip and you want to move in back. Okay? That movement is called sayabiki. Alright? So you drag the spine, excuse me, drag the spine along your webbing of your palm, and you also move your hips back. What this does is it causes you so that you don't hyperextend your elbow. If I were to keep my hips in the same position and just move my arm, I would have to really reach out, break my posture, and I'm hyper extending my elbow. That's not a good thing. Okay? You're straining your joints and you're also breaking your posture and center of gravity. So by doing sayabiki, or turning your hips back, what you're doing is you are forming a more relaxed posture, because I'm bending down so I can show you guys my arm. It's not hyperextended anymore. It's still bent. And That way I'm able to relax my body more, okay? And another thing is, as you're moving the spine of the sword along your hand and doing sayabiki, when you do sayabiki, the tip of the sword should not contact the webbing of your palm and should now be resting on your index finger, as you can see here. Now that the tip is resting on my index finger, right, remember my hip's still back, I use my index finger to guide the tip of the sword back in the saya, and I start resheathing the sword. And I also move my hips back forward, okay? Now from here, you can do a few things. You can keep the sword out while moving the saya out to meet with the habaki, or you can keep the saya back and just move the sword to meet with the saya. Either way works. It just depends on what style you prefer and what you feel more comfortable with. Okay? So let's see that from the side in slow motion. So I'm going to rest the spine of the blade on the webbing of my palm. I start moving the sword out. I move my hips back. Now the tip of the sword is resting on my index finger. And I guide the tip back in, and I resheath the sword. Okay? Now from the front, now Notto should be practiced slowly. It should also be practiced very much regularly. Notto is a diminishable skill. That means if you don't practice in a long time, your skill and technique will disintegrate over time if you don't practice. So practicing Notto is a must if you're going to be constantly practicing your sword techniques, okay? Practicing Notto on a constant basis is a must. Okay. Now, like I mentioned, there are a variety of different styles of Notto. So, when you're trying to practice a different variety of Notto, just remember to keep in mind safety and technique. Alright? Practice slow and just get your body to memorize all those muscle memory and things like that. So, another simple style of Notto is a reverse grip. So what you want to do, hold your sword out in front of you. Now you're going to have the edge out away from you, and you're going to be moving it at an angle, about 45 degrees, with, it's going to go on your offhand side, or non-dominant side. Right? So just hold the sword in a relaxed grip with your left hand, take your right hand, and you want to flip the sword 180 degrees so that the edge goes from facing out to facing towards you. So relax your grip in your left hand a little bit and use your fingers in your right hand. Spin the sword so that it's facing towards you now. Now grab the sword in a reverse grip. Notice how I'm gripping it at an angle with a relaxed grip. I'm not fully gripping it. I'm only using my fingers and my thumb. From here, right? From here, same procedure with your left hand. The only difference is, since I'm using the reverse grip, I don't have to crane my wrist at an awkward angle like this. I just have a reverse grip, and I just sheath, same as normal. Okay? So that is another style of a simple Notto. A more intermediate style is, it's basically the same movement, but instead of starting with the sword resting on your webbing of your palm from almost the habaki, because if you start from here, you run almost the entire length of the sword along your hand as you're doing Notto. The more intermediate version of this is where you only run about a third of the blade on your palm. So you Notto like this, It's a much shorter movement, so becoming really comfortable with your sword, knowing where it is and how to manipulate your sword at all times becomes very crucial. Okay? So this is why this is an intermediate technique. You can also do it with the reverse grip, but the basics still apply. You still have a good grip with your left hand on the saya as you're turning your hips. That technique still applies. Guiding the tip back into the saya properly, and most of all, you don't want the sword to contact the inside of the saya. Okay? So there's that for the intermediate technique. The advanced technique is the much more flamboyant sideways Notto. There are a few ways you can do this. You can have the sword be perpendicular to the saya, and you can run it along sideways and flip it over to meet with the saya and sheath like that. You can do a reverse grip, do the same thing. Okay. And you can also have the sword at an angle. You can see how the sword is at an angle. Maybe you can see like this. See how the sword is at an angle? Instead of having the sword out like this, it's at an angle behind me. So I move the sword like that. You can also do a reverse grip. Same principle applies. This is the advanced technique. I really don't suggest using the horizontal style of Notto because the fact that it's so hard to get the angles perfectly matched up between the sword and the saya, you could very well destroy the inside of your saya really quickly. Okay, so I just suggest keeping to the more simple style with the saya and the sword edge up, so that way you can save your saya and use it for a much longer period of time. Okay? So those were the basic styles of Notto. You have the simple style and the intermediate and then the advanced. But your technique and your safety habits should not change in priority from one style to the next. And like I said, practicing slowly and getting your muscle memory down and really becoming comfortable with how to manipulate your sword and knowing where your sword is at all times is crucial. Okay? So that's it for this tutorial, and thanks for watching, and I hope you guys learned something. So this is Jake from the Cunning Mechanics. Thanks for watching.